Hey there, folks, and welcome back to the Icenia campaign. Last time, under the leadership of the new King Licinius, we finished conquering the region of Armorica, at least around the river Liger, in a initially pretty successful but eventually kind of messy and inefficient war, which sadly did end up destroying a lot of our manpower. It is what it is. I can't do anything about it now. We just have to move on. And we did win the day, so I'm just going to not worry too much about the AI strangeness that happened there at the end. Our next targets, by the way, are probably going to be Redonia and its Armorica coalition. Redonia is in a defensive league with Diablintia, Suia, and Wenaia, so this little core up here. But we're not ready to fight them anytime soon, so no need to dwell on that for now. Now, the other thing I need to do really quickly here before I unpause, and I actually probably won't unpause for quite a while in this episode, is this is going to be an economic-themed episode for sure, is I need to do some colonies setting up. I didn't get to that last episode, kind of slipped my mind, but before we unpause, we should go ahead and do that. Now, in terms of cultures, I think we've already set up an Armorican colony over here in Borgium, which means probably, let's see here, an Aulercian colony and a Pictonian colony are on the cards. Now, unfortunately, the Pictonian colony won't end up being able to go. Actually, it might be able to go into Severiakis, so I guess we'll see. Let me go just take a look at the culture thing. All right. I gotta find them in this list somewhere. Let's see here. Okay, hold on. Go back to this map mode here. So I found to set up a colony in Severiakis over here. Severiakis. Oh my gosh, these names. Dominant culture is Pictonians. Let's find Pictonian on this list. Pictonian, here they are. Okay, yeah, they've got the little symbol. Okay, found a colony in Severiakis, so that's exactly perfect. That's what I want to do. So this will affect the province of Turonia's loyalty, which should be okay, because it will just further establish our presence here. Now, I've talked before about potentially not doing colonies in Gaul, but I think as I talked about last episode, my changed mindset of I want the English Channel adjacent area of my late game empire to be my core, with Britannia, Hibernia, and basically northern Gaul at minimum. I mean, as you can tell throughout the series, my ambitions have grown a lot in terms of what I'm aiming for territorially. It should be noted that in this game, you're not forced to just conquer everything. You have plenty of options to play a smaller nation. You can really play tall in this game if you really put your mind to it, but I am trying to establish a great ancient empire here, so I do think eventually that either all of Gaul or at least the sort of northern coast of Gaul will be in my core. So with that in mind, things like the river Liger do make for a long-term natural border for that kind of thing. So we'll return to the specifics later on. So we'll found a colony in Severiakis right there. All right, Severiakis and a Kenny colony. This is for the best. All right, so now Severiakis is propped up a little bit more with its colonial population. We will go ahead and found a city here probably next because I do want to invest into the region. I know it may seem a little soon to start doing that stuff with such a recent addition to our nation, but Severiakis, as noted before, is in such a critically important strategic location. I want to have it be fortified, and having a city there just feels like something, especially with a Kenny population there now, that I will want to invest into. Plus, this is definitely going to be a long-term city for me. Now, over here in Nemnedia, I do want to eventually switch the capital location to Salica, as noted before. So, in part because it's well, I guess it doesn't quite line up with Severiakis fort-wise, but it does line up with Matrinakia fort-wise, so it's not a big deal if there's one gap in the middle here. Plus, yeah, you can't get very far. Okay, we're fine. There's no crossing here from here to here, so I don't know if you're following what I'm talking about, by the way. I'm just sort of talking to myself right now, but oh well. Over here in Matrinaka, what's the population like? We have Pictonians, I think. I think these are... Do we have a Pictonian colony set up? Because if not, I'll do it in Matrinaka. We may have it in Wargium, but I don't remember if we've done Pictonian yet. Yep, okay, we have in Wargium. That's fine. And then what about Alerkian? We have no option here. Oh, no, we do in Nedim, but we have the Colonial Ventures. That's fine. Okay, speaking of culture, the other thing I want to talk about is the culture in Britannia is essentially almost fully Iceni. Now, this doesn't mean that everybody is Iceni, it just means that the vast majority, or I think the super majority in every settlement is Iceni. I actually don't know the exact breakdown. So, like, for example, here, 1/6 is not Iceni, and this counts as an Iceni settlement. Let's see, where am I going to find the biggest difference? So, okay, here's one. In this one, it looks like, let's see, so 10 and 6, so 5 and 3. So let's see, hold on. Out of 20. So actually here, fully 1/4 is, no, I can't do math. 6 out of 20 are not, no, wait, why am I so bad at math right now? I just woke up, I'm sorry about this. In this one, there's 16 population total, of which 6 are not Iceni. There we go. 6 out of 16. I don't know what's going on with my brain. But this still counts as an Iceni location. So I think with this in mind, I'm going to start changing the policies in Britannia away. It is possible that non-Iceni will still appear, but the Iceni population will also grow over time. People, I think, do gradually convert to Iceni even without cultural assimilation going, especially in the cities. If I have, what are they called? Marketplaces? Yeah, marketplaces. And that's the other thing, too, is I have a lot of money right now. I didn't even sell, well, actually, I do want to note, I did take some of the rebel, the Civil War rebels from the Pictonian Civil War as my prisoners, and I could sell them into slavery. I will get more tyranny, and my tyranny situation here is actually okay. If we actually look at what it's doing right now, there may be reasons to choose to take more tyranny. Mainly, I have no disloyalty problems right now, and tyranny, the thing that tyranny will normally do for me that's problematic is it will exacerbate disloyalty among my characters. I actually don't have any disloyal characters because Wisenius is such a new character and he's unproblematic so far, so no one's really had time to become disloyal to him. It affects cohort loyalty gain chance, we're not at war, so that's fine. And it affects the Civil War threshold, which we're not near right now. So actually, tyranny is just a blanketly good thing, because it reduces aggressive expansion, or rather, it increases aggressive expansion change, it improves slave output, and yeah, so actually getting some tyranny, completely fine right now. So I think I will actually go ahead and sell these guys into slavery, if I can. Okay, I guess I can for some of them. Alright, let's go for it. I know that this again, like I said before, this isn't actually very cost efficient at this point in my nation's history, but because tyranny is just good for me with the aggressive expansion reduction right now, I will go for it anyways. We'll make the decision. And this is essentially kind of what I want to do. Like, I want to punish these guys for making me so annoyed last episode. I think this series is turning me into kind of a monster IRL. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think about that, but started to behave in some pretty alarming ways in this this Let's Play. Anyways, you, for some reason, can't be sold. I'll just release you. That's fine. Are you staying in my nation, by the way? Or have you left? No, you're in Pictonia now. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so that's that. We have a little bit more money. Now, I have my navies going back and all that. What I do want to do now is do some economic investment stuff. But first of all, let's take a look at our capital region of Contiacia. Now, let's see here. Yeah, so as I expected, I was kind of thinking I want to do a reorganization of my trade network because I think I can squeeze even more profits out of it than I already am currently. However, with my massive aggressive expansion, nobody wants to start trading with me. Now, my current trade routes don't get canceled, but no one wants to start trade relations at the moment. So I will have to wait for this to go down before I do that reorganization. No big deal. It's not like we're not making money currently. We're clearly making a lot of money currently, especially given our export value focus. So what I can do in the meantime is infrastructure stuff and tax reorganization. Now we took a lot of slaves in this war, and I think a lot of them did go to Londinium. Yep. Oh yes, there's a lot of slaves around here. You'll look at those cultures that the slaves are. Lots of Gallic slaves around here. So we can go ahead and start to push some more slavery in our nation here. Now, if we switch over to the trade map mode, let's just double check that all of our precious metal sites are producing our 2 sets. Yep, 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 and yep. And just because we haven't double checked in a while, let's make sure that these are all on slave promotion allowed. Or slave promotion not allowed, technically, is what I should say. I'm going to drink some coffee. Wow. Hold on. I should have probably drank this coffee before I hit record, but here we are. The mistakes have been made. All right, so let's continue. So, so we do have papyrus being generated here in Ulconum, very interestingly, and I think we are selling it away. Yeah. All right. Ooh, nobles in Ulconum are not pleased. I think every city should start to have some academies. Ooh, we have another building slot here in Londinium, it looks like. We have the full academy sweep, so that's good. Is there any reason to build more ports? Pop capacity is certainly nice, but it's only +1, and Londinium already has a really good pop migration as well, so no big deal. Ship recruit speed, not a big deal to get more of that in favor of something else. What to do? Could build more marketplaces. Local based trade routes could be good. Plus more civ level. Could build another fortress as well, which would better protect the capital. I'm not really that scared of... Like, the thing is with my navy, I need to remember that with my navy, Londinium essentially isn't in danger. If anyone is arriving in Londinium, I've already lost the war, effectively. You know what I mean? I do like the city sprite of Londinium. It's grown quite substantially. This is nice to see. So that's a good thing for sure. Let's see. I could start building aqueducts, but that's pretty ahead of time for Londinium. Londinium has a really good population capacity right now, so no big deal. It does produce a good bit of tax income, though, just on its own. 0.47 tax just from Londinium. That is, well, maybe let's take a, let's see, yeah. Like, well, actually, no, tax income does come from there. Okay, so I haven't really done a lot with tax income so far. Let's do that right now. Sorry, this is such a disorganized episode. I just woke up. I wanted to play some Imperator Rome, but we're going for it. Fortunately, this is a very low-impact economic episode, so I can take my time here and do these things very carefully here. Is there any reason to get another marketplace? There are a lot of non-Iceni slaves. I don't need to convert the slaves to Iceni, though, right now. It's not a big deal. What is the ratio they're wanting for citizens? Oh, they don't want any citizens. Wait, no, they do want citizens. They want 23%. Where's all the citizens in Londinium? Are they just all upgrading to nobles? I guess that might be it. Very strange. Could get more manpower here. That's one option. think what I'll do is... I love that. I need inventions for this stuff down here. I think what I'll do is I'm going to start building tax offices. Yeah. Do I... Actually, hold on. What are my marketplaces actually doing here? Because they're adding, okay, 4%. I can get that from something else. Pop assimilation speed in the capital, not critical, given how many I do have. And it's just adding local-based trade routes, which is one of those modifiers I've never really understood that well. So, does this actually give us another trade route? What's going on here? Is it from pops? I think since I can't tell, I think what I might do is I'm going to experiment right now with actually destroying the marketplaces and then building tax offices in their place. Looks like we do keep the number... Like, I don't... Like, it doesn't affect my commerce income. I keep thinking about the earlier version of the game when marketplaces affected commerce income. So let's build up some tax offices so that we can boost up the tax rate here in Londinium. And honestly, now that my population is so converted, we can start to deprioritize pop assimilation with the marketplaces and replace them with tax offices to try and boost our tax income, I think. Although I think here I'm going to build another port, and then we'll build another, build an academy, I think. Well, actually, hold on. I don't need an academy here. Let's build... tax office. And then do I actually want academies in my non-capital anyways? I think what I'll do is I'll have every city have one academy, just so that, because there's going to be nobles in the city, just to boost up their happiness a little bit. But I'm only going to have the 3 maximum in Londinium for now. Over here, I'll build an academy. Then I'll build a tax office here. Oconum's really thriving. Look at this population. Love to see it. It's maxed out right now. That's fine. It's got 1 academy. Canetio, I could build an academy in. Yeah. I think I want nobles in as many cities as possible for research purposes. The issue is, I don't know where my citizens are. They're not in Londinium. Where are they? I guess they're all in Dura-Gwernum. It's kind of bizarre. Okay, anyways, in terms of policies, I could change policies around right now. I think doing the policy stuff now is also fine. Okay, it looks like also Wisenius did finally put a shirt on. Glad to see it. Alright, I could direct the royal tutor to educate him. He is depressed currently. Who's the royal tutor right now? Let's find out. It's this guy, Indu Tiormaris Welbus. What are his traits? He's self-controlled, just, a benefactor, and assertive. Oh yeah, these are good things for him to teach Wisenius about. So let's go ahead and have Wisenius be tutored. That's a good idea. Choose an education. Our royal tutor has been summoned to educate the reluctant young Wisenius in a matter of our choosing. The nature of a tutor is most important indeed, so we should choose an intended tuition subject carefully. Okay, so we pick something. Okay, so it looks like we have to match up the tutor's traits. with, so what are the tutor's traits? So he's self-controlled, just, benefactor, and assertive. So I don't think any of these traits are negative traits that appear here, so we can just pick one. Let's see. What kind of ambition does Wisenius want? Well, I don't know how similar this is to the Crusader King's tutor system, because Wisenius already has fairly good martial. So we could give him more of a martial education, but I think actually improving his finesse might be more important, since he's going to be, or in fact he is currently, the governor of a large amount of territory. So I guess a bureaucracy education might be called for here. Wisenius will lose some loyalty. I mean, his loyalty is max, so that doesn't matter at all. Yeah, bureaucracy will serve best. I guess we'll see how that goes. That'll probably be a long-term event kind of thing. Okay, so if we were to switch this over to acquisition of wealth, province commerce, which will be affected by exports. Oh yeah, we have the I forgot about this. We have the forbidden amber. The export trade continues even to this day. I hope that this continues for a long time because this is a really funny, not very impactful, but very funny nonetheless, little glitchy amber trade right there. So, what do we pick here? Could we potentially get away with Bleed Them Dry? Which may seem a little bizarre, but like I've talked about before, and I think I may have it in no, I don't have it in Londinium, but I've talked about doing it in Londinium. Bleed Them Dry is the extreme version of acquisition of wealth. Extra commerce, extra tax. And the thing is, if my loyalty here is high enough to really, not be, because it's 0.11, that's minus 0.07, so we could pull that off in our highest loyalty provinces. What I'm worried about is what these policies will mean in terms of events. I think some of these policies are tied to events, so unless there's a different reason to pick something else. Encourage trade is really good for us because province commerce is such a focus of ours. So that's actually better province commerce. I think honestly, even though this is 9% tax and this is 0% tax, 7.5 province commerce versus 6 province commerce, the 1.5% more province commerce and no loyalty problem, no food problem, the food bonus is not going to matter. That 1.5% is actually worth just picking encouraged trade because commerce is such a big part of our nation's money here. Where do I see commerce on this screen? Here it is. Yeah, it weirdly doesn't show it individually, I think, because this is tax and then also commerce. So, yeah, I don't know the exact amount. But anyways, let's go for encouraged trade. So let's watch this 4.36, 4.52, okay. Then over here, 4.36. Let's switch it. 4.48, all right. So it's not that much, but it will add up over time. 4.09. 4.25. 2.90. Wait, we don't have political influence. That's fine. I guess I could have tried. I might experiment a bit. I mean, I have enough political influence to experiment a little bit with what will work the most. I still have enough food for sure, so I'm not going to need the food. And the other advantage of doing Bleed Them Dry in our loyalty secure provinces, especially Kantiakia, is the tax bonus. And I think at the moment, my building plan is to try and begin to create a tax bonus. I do eventually want to have a more secure tax bonus, as if I were to, for example, have high aggressive expansion, as I often do after big wars, and then a lot of my trade partners coincidentally lost their territories in succession. I lost a bunch of trade routes. My current commerce economy is really reliant on reestablishing lost trade routes quickly, and a tax base is a lot more secure because it's obviously local to your nation. Okay, so that's that. Now, with the remainder of my money, what do I want to do? I think I do want to build more stuff around here. Namely, I think that even though the big granary in Banawenta was kind of fun for that mission, and having that modifier is certainly nice, I think I'd actually rather not have the granaries here as buildings and build other things in Banawenta. It doesn't need to have that crazy food capacity for any reason, so Let's actually instead start building up things like academies, and I guess that's it for now. That's all of our money. All right. So yeah, that's all of our money and our political influence spent on a lot of infrastructure stuff. I hope I've been sort of like thinking through it as I go here, but my general idea is I want to start to really get a consistent tax base out of my core southern coastline section of Britannia. So I guess with that, let's unpause the game 25 minutes in. Oh, we already have some new trade deals open for us with Carwetia, no, and Brigantia. Okay, sure, Brigantia, I'll trade with you. And our war exhaustion is a problem right now, and this is affecting ruler popularity and pop happiness. Okay, that's pretty severe. Can I kill the pig? Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. Can I invoke Dewotio, rather. 2 tyranny for that? That's pretty good. Oh, yes, I'll do this for sure. Okay, this is absolutely worth it. I don't know why I've not done this before. I guess I haven't really had enough war exhaustion to necessitate it. Yeah, let's go for it. So yeah, 0.13 per month. That's not that much. So this will increase it by 50%. Or wait, no. This will reduce it by a 0.05. So that's actually it's about a 35-40% bonus to war exhaustion recovery. For just 2 tyranny, absolutely. And in fact, the higher tyranny will increase their aggressive expansion reduction. And I quite a few episodes ago, I commented on the mind-bending entanglement of these systems up here. Aggressive expansion and its relationship with legitimacy, and legitimacy's importance, and this relationship with stability, and stability's relationship with legitimacy. So it's like all these systems, and I almost don't know how intentional this was. They all interact with each other in this circular way, so it's important to always be attending to all of them simultaneously. Now, can we actually hit the pig? We do need to get 50 political influence to do this, so... Actually, yeah, this shouldn't be an issue. And this is mostly being caused by aggressive expansion. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Nothing to worry about there. Assist me as loyalty is a problem, though. We need to do something here. Possibly by... Let's see. Eudocia wants to trade for leather, right? Very good. And our economy is already looking a little better. Nice to see. Now, the thing, too, is the reason we're still only at 17 is because of our navies. Oh, hold on. We should probably stop paying them. That would help, wouldn't it? All right, let's do that. There we go, up to 22. So glad I caught that before I let too much time go by. But not a big micro mistake whatsoever. I could also pay the forts less, which I think, honestly, this is always kind of risky, but I have so many forts, this would add up quite a bit. This would give me like 2 more gold or so. And the advantage to this is who in the world is going to declare war on me without me declaring war on them, right? Like, who am I going to be attacked by? Almost nobody. Like, the only nation who I think is likely as the AI to do this is maybe Arvernia, because they're comparable in size to me. But even them, I doubt would do that, so I think it's probably safe, because I am in control of most of my military action myself. Alright, so that does add... Well, yeah, it adds about another gold, so we'll go for it. Now, in terms of corruption, is there any need for us to do a few years of increased wages to lower corruption? Let's take a look and see. Sort from imprisoned. Oh, nation. Yes, sort by corruption. So Demona Orgatora, she is corrupt, but she's not in charge of anything. Senuona Orgatora, she is not in charge of anything. I don't know where these crazy corruption numbers are coming from, by the way. Winoma has pretty bad corruption, though, because I gave her free hands. Can I take away free hands? No, I can't. I have to wait 2 years. That's pretty severe. What are we paying her? What are we paying her? But she's also ailing, though. She's also 77, so I'm not going to worry too much. She'll probably pass away pretty soon, which will be sad. She is my aunt? Yeah, she's my aunt, so... she's also a pretender, to be fair. Governor of Belgica Buit. Or wait, come on. Let's not have this, please. Oh, it's because he's extorting territory. Can you not extort territory, please? I have to spend 10 political influence. I think I might start paying attention to this with my governors, because these extortion schemes are really creating a lot of corruption. This is probably not helping Belgica's, yeah, governor corruption is really not good. Oh my gosh, alright. Let's see here. I could befriend Wheat. That might be a good idea. Because he's my uncle. He is, Actually, hold on. Wait a minute. No, wait, that's a different Wheat. Wait a minute. Oh, wait, this is Wheat Calatius. That's right. This isn't my uncle. This is, yeah, this is the Wheat. Okay, sorry about that. This is Wheat Calatius. Never mind. Anyways, though, even though he's not my uncle, I should have, yeah. Even though he's not my uncle, I don't want him to be this corrupt. Let's see here. Actually, befriending him, I don't know if that's as important as being on good terms with Alauna or Gatora. She has a lot... She'll have a growing power base, as she does have a lot of territory. I could befriend her, which could be smart. She's fairly young. She's 40, so she's also likely to remain our governor over here, I think. Let's see here. I don't think I need to do this right now, though. What about you? What's your corruption like? He just has some from some event or something. Alright. I think that's fine. Anyways, back to this. Yeah, we're not close enough yet to integrating. Whoa. Ah. You want base metals? That's fine. Alright, let's see here. There we go, yeah. The other thing I want to do is I want to do some slave movement, so let's see. I already checked that all my precious metal locations are full up on slaves. Can I potentially get them even to another copy? That'd be quite bold. Like here, I just need 8 more slaves to get a third set of precious metal. That might be pushing it, but I think it's doable with all the slaves that I have. What about here? Ooh, this one is even better. I only need well, I've also converted a bunch of the slaves. The thing is, I don't need the slaves to be a Kenny, because slaves are never going to be happy. And I do think it's interesting that this game simulates slave happiness, but they're slaves. They're not going to be chill with what's going on ever, so I'm not going to worry about... Because to me, the point of converting population like this is to control pop happiness. It's a lot easier to just have your dominant culture be happy and focus on that than try and juggle all these other cultures and their separate happiness mechanics, right? Because happiness is often tied to culture. So anyways, let's go ahead and see if we can bring in 7 more slaves over here and see what that does. Look at this character with the eye patch. All right, move pops. All right, slaves. So what about Londinium? Is that on the list? No. I guess we can move them from where Lucio. And Abona. How about from here? Kayeba. 3, there we go. Okay, we have 1 more precious metal, so it does work. Very good. This is now a very... this is a slave revolt waiting to happen, but let's just cross our fingers. Oh, I'm also over the pop cap. I should have thought about that. That was a mistake. Shoot. What do I do about this? Is this fine? Is this allowed? I mean, migration attraction is screwed over. But do the slaves, like, die, or what happens? I've actually never been over the pop cap because I'm so careful. Is the food affected, or what happens here? Monthly food income, still fine. I mean, unrest is bad, but yeah, that's no big deal. I actually think it's fine. I think it just affects the attractiveness. And, like, this won't grow any further. I guess we'll see what happens with Wectus. This will be a little experiment. We'll give it a month and see what happens here. And also see if anyone wants to buy my new set of precious metals. Which I hope they will, because it's nice and valuable. Oh, here we go. The Germans want my gold. Should have known. Look at that. If I have to squeeze even more slaves onto the island of Wectus, I'll do it for the profits to see. I guess it's fine. I guess you can have over the pop cap. It makes the settlement not approachable in terms of what's the what am I trying to say? It affects the ability of people to like migrate here, but like in the actual settlement thing here, it only wants slaves, or I guess it technically wants these guys too, but this way I'm only going to have slaves, so yeah, I guess it's fine. Let me know in the comments if I'm missing some mechanic, but it looks as though actually for the narrow purposes of slave mines and maybe also slave plantations, I can just go over the pop cap to squeeze even more copies of the resources out. Let me know in the comments if that's the case, because I should probably double check this before I do this in the rest of my precious metal locations. But with that, that's going to be that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you for watching. I know this was a slow and kind of scatterbrained episode, as I did some economic overhauls in my core. But hopefully, with the abandonment of my now less useful markets, and the addition of things like academies and tax offices, we're going to start to see the productivity of my core improve a bit. I am just trying to get it set up to really facilitate the kind of military adventuring I'm doing, I guess misadventuring I'm doing at this point in the game. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.